Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforLove.com. I was having a conversation with one of the members of our GPS for Love community the other day, and we were talking about dating, trading dating stories. And she started saying, tell me about what was going on. And then she just came out and said, Joe, I just hate dating. I wish I could just be in a relationship. And I could so relate because there's a time in our life where we all get to that point where it's like, you know what, I'm done with this dating thing. Can I just find that special someone to share my life with? But what I learned in my journey is that dating doesn't have to be difficult. And in fact, when you learn how to master the different phases of dating, it not only becomes easier, it becomes a lot more enjoyable. And that's what you're going to learn in today's video is how to master the three phases of dating. So the first phase of dating is the attraction phase. And this is simply where you have to find a guy and let him know that you're available. Okay. And that simply show the best way to do that is just go and live your life. Go out and do things and put yourselves in position to meet the kind of guys that you're looking for. And once you understand that the attraction phase is simply to get a guy interested in you, that's all it is. The second phase, this is the more important one. This is the test drive phase. And it's exactly what it sounds like. This is the part where you screen those guys that you are attracted to or who are attracted to you. Just like test driving a car. Is this the right fit for me? So you go out, you go on a few dates. And that's the purpose of dating, is to see, is this the kind of person you want to invest in? Now, in the test drive phase, when you're dating, when you're screening these guys, the big key is no sex. The reason being is that if you have sex, you're intimate, your hormones kick in, the oxytocin, the estrogen, the progesterone, all those bonding chemicals, all those bonding hormones, which make you feel a certain way, feel the emotional high, well, they kick in and it makes it so much harder to see the truth, to see the red flags, to recognize and identify them. Because what happens is, oh, but he's so cute, he's so handsome, he's a great kisser, we have such great chemistry. All that stuff that you focus on while ignoring all the other important aspects of the things that he's doing wrong. So in the test drive phase, it's really important that you abstain from sex. Now, once you get through the test drive phase, it's like, you know what? Things are going pretty well. Seems to be the kind of guy I'm looking for. Then you go into the probation period. Now, this is really important, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like you put him on probation. Okay, everything's wonderful in the beginning. And unless you're 20 years old, you should realize that just because a guy says and does all the right things in the beginning, just because there's amazing chemistry, just because you're attracted to him and he's a great kisser, doesn't mean he's going to be the man that you need to have the life partnership that you're looking for. And that's the purpose of the probation period, where you made it through the initial screening phase, you made it through the test drive phase, and now you're like, is this really the guy? And I remember when I was dating my wife, and we were at the probation period. Now, I didn't tell her, hey, you're on probation. So I don't recommend you tell a person. But mentally, emotionally, I was sitting back going, okay, seems great. But you know what? Been down this road before. Everything was great in the beginning. And then somewhere down the road, their true selves get revealed. You start seeing all that shit that you're like, you know what? This doesn't work for me. You start seeing the unresolved emotional stuff, the baggage, the insecurities, the narcissism, whatever it may be, right? That all starts coming out. Well, that's the beauty of the probation period, is you're just sitting back saying, okay, let's see who you really are. And if you do this correctly, that person will always, always, always show you their true colors. See, you don't have to force somebody. You don't have to ask these in-depth questions. All you have to do is just sit back, keep your eyes and ears open, and allow that person to show you their true colors. Because I can promise you, I haven't had one conversation in the last 5 years with a woman who said, Joe, I don't understand. He was this great guy in the beginning, and then things just changed. And we're like, really? And then we go back and we look at it and we get real honest, and we discover that, you know what? Yeah, there were some red flags there. There were some signs. There were things that she was either ignoring or she simply wasn't picking up on. And I'm not saying this to point fingers, but that's how it works. The red flags are always, 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 always there. And so when you go through these three phases in this order and you just allow things to play out, ultimately it becomes so much easier to see if a guy is worthy of being the partnership that you desire and deserve. So here's your homework. Mirror time. Go back, look at these three phases again, and look over your paths. See, did you go through this natural progression, or did you omit Any of them? Did you just jump into a relationship? Did you start having sex too soon? Did you go out on one or two dates and next thing you know, you're in a relationship and then you're waking up months or years later realizing it was completely not the right person for you? Again, no judgment, just observation. So go ahead, take that mirror time and put your question, comments, and feedback in the box below. As always, honor and privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.